Start recording, and hey everybody. Okay, so I've wanted to finish this game for so long. Okay, so I've streamed this game I think twice back like 2 years ago. Got myself a pretzel sandwich. Very nice. If you've never had a pretzel bread sandwich, they're amazing. Oh wait, I forgot. Uh, wrong save file. Of course. Just making sure this actually is the wrong save file. Yep. This is I'm not going to delete that save file because that has some like pre-order stuff that I don't want to get rid of. I might eventually go back to that one, but I did kind of want to showcase the story at least. So, guess I got to go to my secondary profile again. By the way, in case you're wondering, the music is still playing in the background. Uh, my mic freaks out if there's no desktop audio going through. Gotta actually turn up my actual TV's audio. There we go. Wait, are you serious? Weird. Thought I didn't know I actually had a save file on that one. Oh, I guess I gotta delete something. Cool. Starting the playthrough off correctly by deleting save files. I would have been upset if I accidentally deleted the save file I didn't want to get rid of. Okay. We'll start there in the recorded stuff. So, welcome to Legends Arceus. This is a open world uh uh task organizer. It is a fun game, but I know several people have a lot of problems with this game, especially after the game came out and people had some time to sit with it. I still kind of like the format of this game, but I'm OCD, so I was always gonna like a weird game like this. Hmm. Pretzel bread sandwiches are amazing. You should try it sometime. So the way that this game works is that it is an open world task game. It is still a Pokemon catching RPG, but it's just a lot more involved with completing said tasks in the journal. And we're going to get into what exactly we're doing, but first we have to get through all the story beats. Also, I don't have my my Pokemon based avatar moving around right now because I forgot to actually set up a thing for it. Oh well. Welcome to my realm, located beyond both time and space. It is well that thou art here. I am that which humans call Arceus. Ar Arceus. Arceus. I believe that that's how like the official pronunciation is Arceus. It's an arcane. May I wish the known thine appearance. I cannot see you with my own eyes. Please tell me. What is thy name? What is thy What is thy quest? Uh, yeah, there we go. Soon thou shalt find thyself in a strange world to thee, a world inhabited by wondrous creatures that humans call Pokémon. Seek out all Pokémon, and thou shalt find me once more. Oh no, I'm floating out in the void somewhere. I like how you could tell that that's like a 2000 an iPhone from like 2019. I just realized that I didn't actually turn on the game sound. Sorry about that. Yeah, there we go. So I decided that instead of doing like a normal endurance run type series, every Sunday after work, I'm gonna come on the stream and I'm gonna play one of two Pokemon games. And both Pokemon games I've been meaning to finally finish, and I'm gonna just alternate them. Wake up. Well, do wake up, don't you? There he is, the boy. Are you alive, my girl? You gave me quite the shock falling from the sky like that. But thank goodness you seem unharmed. Where am I? This is Prelude Beach, of course. Oh, dear me, did the shock of your fall somehow alter your memory? I must say your clothing is unusual. Wouldn't appear to have an acquaintance in these parts, would you? I doubt it. I see. You seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Might I offer some directions? Do you have somewhere around here you could stay? I don't know. So you don't even know anyone here, and you don't even know where you'll spend the night. Well, this is a proper pickle indeed. Are you sure that you'll be able to survive? Well, I don't know what to do. I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such need. Goo. Foom. Splish splash. Oh my, I'd completely forgotten. I just caught up to these three runaway Pokemon when you tumbled out of the sky. It's almost as if they knew you would appear here. But do you even know what a Pokemon is? I mean, of course I do. Oh my, that's a relief. Though you fell from the sky, it seems we have some common ground, eh? Well, these three Pokemon belong to me, mysterious creatures that they are. Oh yes, and what might your name be? Oh, so you're called Anna. That name has quite the ring to it. I imagine it must have some lovely meaning. Oh, but I do apologize. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Leventon, and I am something of a Pokemon professor. That is to say, I am a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon such as the... Oh. Oh, blast and bother. My darling Pokemon, why do you must run from me again? I'm terribly sorry, but Do you think you could help me round them up? I beg you. Wait, you three? Yeah, so unlike normal Pokemon games, which usually has like a static camera and doing all that type of stuff, this one is almost completely open world. Can I just say, one of the coolest aesthetic things in this whole game is using the Arceus rings as a reticle for targeting. It is such a cool aesthetic and totally on accident, but works so well. But then again, anything that has like angelic ring qualities will always be like a cool reticle to use. Found something that resembles a phone. It's probably your phone, but it's changed shape. You feel a strange power emanating from it. A message appeared on the screen. I bestow upon thee this Arc phone, and thy mission is to seek out all Pokemon. Okay. Let me just quickly save progress in case something weird happens. Unfortunately, the Switch Pokemon games are known to be a little bit buggy, but it's this one doesn't have as many as the other ones. Alas, yet another miss. I'm glad you've come to my rescue, my new friend from the sky. I've tried catching these little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs their way, but I'm not the best at this sort of thing, you know? I'd, I'd love to give you a go, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these three first. Now that one is Rowlet, the bestest boy. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. Karoo. That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's back will flare up whenever it is surprised or irate. Foom. The Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Oshawott naps while floating on the water, and it can battle by using the shell-like object on its belly. Oh my, I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing. How to go catching a Pokemon. Here are my girl. Pokeballs. Throw these at the Pokemon to catch them. 50 balls. So, I love the design of the ancient Pokeballs. They're so cool looking. Oh, but that won't do for an explanation, will it? I do apologize. Let me be more thorough. As I mentioned already, that Pokemon are strange, marvelous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokemon is able to shrink down to minuscule size, and that's where the Pokeballs come in. Pokeballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of them at a Pokemon, and, well, why, the Pokemon will shrink down the inside of the ball. Comfy as can be. And with that, you've caught a Pokemon. Now, we've just met, but I'm afraid I've no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you could catch my three runaways. Now, the proper technique is to take aim at the Pokemon, let the Pokeball fly, and it's really simple. Though, far be it from me to say, I suppose, given my own dire lack of skills in this area. Press and then release ZR to throw the Pokeball. I like how the amount of puffs of smoke is how well the catch was. I do kind of like that. Oh, wonderful! You caught a Pokemon. Seems you've quite the knack for this Pokemon catching business, Anna. Jolly useful skill to have around here. Ah, feels like getting caught into the headset. Ah, I really need to fix that. Only 2 of my darling runaways left now. Eh, eh, okay. Still, this is most unusual. You don't seem fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. Of course not. I was sure that he was going to break out. I can hardly believe it, Anna. Incredible. You know, many Pokemon fear to even approach Pokemon that might catch them. Bravo indeed. Just one more to go. Let's wrap up this Sharpish, shall we? Oh yes, I'm afraid that can happen. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof. Give it another go, old girl. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what a relief to have them all back. You see, the 3 Pokemon you caught have only just arrived at the village to help with our research. They won't yet listen to anyone. As I mentioned, they bolted from the village almost as if they knew you'd come falling. But I must say, Anna, I was taken aback by how well you use Pokeballs. How is it that you catch Pokemon so ably while you're only just arrived here? One can't help but think that there's a reason you appeared here and now. Seek out all Pokemon. The object is an Arc phone, you say? What an odd device. Could it be guiding you somehow? If you'll indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. You see, I have a dream to compile this region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We call this... We in the field call this catalog a Pokédex. Yes, a proper Pokédex is a wonderful work of research containing detailed records of all the Pokemon to be found in a region. But in order to properly document Pokemon, one must, of course, catch them. And therein lies the rub, I'm afraid. Pokeballs have only just been invented, and not many have mastered the skill of using them. Enter you, a person with clear talent for catching Pokemon. Your goal is to seek out every Pokemon, and mine is to have all those Pokemon caught. A situation ripe for teamwork, don't you agree? Come now. What do you say, girl? Shall we help one another out? I mean, you've convinced me. Then whoever and from wherever you may be, I welcome you with open arms. We have a Pokedex to complete. First things first, let's get these Pokemon back to the village. Then we'll sort out lodgings and find you some proper clothes and a meal and all that. Follow me then, onward to Jubilife Village. Thank you for your tireless work, keeping us safe, my good guardsman. This young lady was of great assistance to me and my Pokémon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing her to the village for a bit. This way, if you please. Jubilife Village has come a long way thanks to the fine people of the Galaxy Exploration team. This road we're on now is known to locals as Canal Avenue. The village was built scarcely 2 years ago. There's so much to do yet. And since we know so little about the local Pokemon here, don't hesitate to fit outside the village. Now the impressive building up ahead is the Galaxy Hall, headquarters of this whole outfit. Oh, botheration, I've almost forgotten. I need to go and report that we successfully recovered the escaped Pokemon. Might I ask you to wait for me at the canteen? It's just past the this bridge here, and then to the left. The Wallflower, it's called. Your ARC phone is beeping. Somehow, it seems to know where you need to go next. Yeah, so minus to pull up the ARC phone, you could see a local map of the area. Very useful. Well, now, aren't you awfully suspicious? Wallflowers for Galaxy Team folk only. We don't need to have seats for outsiders. Move along. Who in the world are you, and what's the bizarre garb you're wearing? Pokemon could slice through those flimsy excuses for clothes. Hmm. For you to get in here, someone must have vouched for you. Ah, was it Professor Leventon? Do you two know each other? From a region from a long way off. Not the most reliable sort, though, letting Pokemon run off and give them the slip and all. 3 more of them got away just a while ago. If I hadn't been resting up after some Pokemon drubbed me with a move called Thunder Shock, I would have corralled them for sure. But the professor, well, unfortunately, it's just as Rai says. I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. Ah, but everything will be quite alright now. Anna here has agreed to help us with our Pokedex. As in, she's going to join the Survey Corps? What makes you think that's a good idea? We can't just have any misfit who wanders out of the wilderness. I'll allow it. Ah. Assuming the individual can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I'm the captain of the Galaxy Team Survey Corps. You may call me Silene. Professor Leventon has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped his control. Now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You'd look to be about 15 or so. Quite enough to work for your keep, but we can't just take on a stranger who wander in among us without any idea of their skills or origins. Tomorrow we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. Oh, most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure we've got plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite alright. I prefer to eat alone, so I might appreciate my meals without distraction. Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal with some pleasant conversation then, eh? Benny, old chum. The usual potato mochi, if you would please, but make it for 3 today. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi will never fails to please. Now, where'd you find the stranger in the first place, Professor? Well, you know that great hole in the sky? Ones people call the space-time rift? It's a weird colloquialism to come up with, but okay. The one Yeah, our new friend fell out of it. Was that a joke? Come now, I am a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena, I concern myself only with the facts. Now, you already know that there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region. Sure, they're all over the place, in the grass, the forest, and in the ocean. It's up to us in the Survey Corps to study them and figure out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. But it's all but impossible to know what kind of powers they might possess or what sorts of wondrous things they can even do. But that's where Anna will come in. She successfully caught 3 Pokemon, 3 of them in quick order, you understand. Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of a feat such as that. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. That's really something. We count ourselves lucky when we can even manage to catch a single wild Pokemon while fending off their attacks. Well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball well. And it seems a new friend is fearless enough to do just that. Does the Survey Corps really have the leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. Slow progress on that Pokedex of yours clearly has her on edge. I'm sure we'll start to rein in the good captain's stress eating soon enough. Now, have your fill, Anna. And think, if you had made it to the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides all of its members' needs, even if said members fell out of the sky. That was quite delicious. Quite delicious indeed. You're awfully relaxed about all this. You do know that we won't get to have Anna join in the Survey Corps unless she passes a trial? Not to worry, I have complete confidence in Anna's skills. Let's hope it's not misplaced. Anna, was it? For tonight at least, we'll provide you with a place to sleep. You may use our quarters here. But if you fail to pass the trial we put you on tomorrow, you must move on. You'll be expelled from the village to meet your fate, and perhaps death in the wilds. Captain Silene's like Hisui in a way, and they're both pretty harsh. Now, she simply puts on a stern front to help keep us all safe. Anyway, I think it's time that we turned in for the night, eh? It's a good thing we can't fall out of the futons we sleep in here. I imagine our new friend has had enough falling for one day. And with that, I bid you both a good night. Yeah, sleep tight. Still, people falling from the sky, that's some kind of story. Sleep until morning in the futon of your quarters. It's a jug used to store water as a lid on top to keep debris from falling in. Survey tips contain all sorts of useful information to help you carry out your server work in the Hisui region. To read them anytime, press the up button to open up the menu and then go to the help screen. Handy tips for team members. Don't wish your tutorials to be forgotten. Diligent record keeping will save you from such a fate. To save progress, press up and then open the menu. It's a dresser of very solid construction where extra sets of clothing can be kept. This chest looks like you could store lots of items in it. Nice fire in the sunken hearth. Can help keep the entire room heated. Rest until tomorrow morning? Yeah. I had to quickly send someone something. I forgot I forgot I was muted. And there, you're awake. Some wild lightning last night, right? Anyway, if you're up for it, if you're up, come on out. There we go. Did you sleep all right? No, it's not easy on a strange new land. Better not keep Captain Silene waiting. Let's hurry to the headquarters. We're almost out of the tutorial. We have to, like, actually, like, get through all this stuff first. Before I can actually, like, start the game, quote unquote. Here we are, Galaxy Hall. What'd you think? Ever seen a building this grand before? Don't give up, keep those eyes open. Wild Pokemon, they are everywhere, attacking from all sides. I sent out my partner Pokemon, but against the whole pack, outnumbered. This is what happens when you go far afield, but the medical corps will put you to rights. You, do realize that if you fail your trial and get flying out the village, you could well die. Out there. Well, you might die even sooner than that if you had actually taken on a trial without a Pokemon to be our partner. Captain Silene, ma'am, I brought Anna. You may enter. Let's get straight to it. If you wish to join the Galaxy Expedition team, prove yourself capable by going out into the Obsidian Fieldlands and catch 3 different species of Pokemon. A Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. 3 species right away? But none of us even managed that. Did the stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? My trial should be simple enough for her, if the professor wasn't exaggerating things, that is. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you could prove beyond my doubt that you'd be an asset to our cause. I will lend you one of our Survey Corps satchels to carry whatever you need in the field. That whatever it is that you're wearing doesn't suit our satchels in the least. Right? I expect you to step in if anything goes awry. Guiding is now active for the mission. Cool. Press the Y button while consulting the map in your ARC phone and you can check the tasks you were waiting. There are 2 types, missions and requests. Missions must be completed to progress with your adventure, while requests are optional and given by the people you meet. My goal by the end of the game is to complete all requests along with all missions. Pardon, Anna, come with me for a moment. Now then, a jolly good morning to everyone. What'd you need, Professor? In order to complete our Pokedex and, well, simply survive in this unforgiving land, Anna absolutely must pass this trial. And as a professor of Pokemon, I've got just the ticket to accomplish that. Whew. Boom. Splish Splash. Go on, Anna. Pick the Pokemon that strikes your fancy. With a partner on your side, you'll be able to fight off wild Pokemon outside the village. These little darlings are very dear to me, but it's plain to see that they're rather curious about you. Well, my girl, which Pokemon would you like to keep as your very own? Give me bird. I want the bird. Yes. No second thoughts. I'm going to pick the bird 100% of the time. If you give me 2 birds, I'll figure out a way to get both birds. And with that, one of the Pokemon that you caught at the Prelude Beach will now be yours to keep. Good show. I've tucked Rowlet back inside of its Pokeball for you, so take it. It's yours. Word of advice, my girl. Pay close attention to which Pokeballs are empty and which contain a Pokemon while you're out in the field. Look at those two cheer on their power outlet. Or maybe they wanted to help Anna with her trial. That could well be. Did you go dashing from the village when Anna fell out of the sky after all? Well, not to worry, you two. I will have you assist me with my research for now. By the by, what species has Silene charged you with catching? That's smashing. All three of those species can be found in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Let me give you some Pokeballs to use during your trial then. It's on top of the additional 50. So now I have like 70 minus 4. So like 66. Oh, you'll have the trial cleared in no time. Well, let's be off. I'll show the way to the Obsidian Fieldlands. Meet me at the gate to your left as you leave the headquarters. So I'm just double checking something really quickly. Okay. Oh, what a curious getup you have there. I can already tell you're quite the character. I am Volo of the Ginkgo Guild, the go-to choice for any of the mercantile needs here in Hisui. I've heard talk about you. Fell from the sky, didn't you? That's certainly a tale I'd like to hear. Oh, and you've a Pokemon. You're certainly full of surprises. Interesting. The odd and novel is key to any good merchant's success. So what do you say? How about you and I see how our Pokemon stand up to each other in battle? Sure. I like you better and better. What a delightful find. I've also heard about this trial that your attempt, but let's have a quick battle to get your blood pumping before you head out. Although I hope that you'll know that you'll lose if your Pokemon's HP reaches 0. Ginkgo Guild member Volo challenged you to a battle. Okay, so the way that battles work in the game is that you can actually like freely walk around because you have to avoid some attacks sometimes. It kind of works exactly like in the normal game. You have run, you have Pokemon and items to use and send out. But mostly you're going to just be fighting and then clicking the first thing on your moves list. Volo has a Togepi, which is an interesting starting Pokemon, to be honest. Moves, items, use them well, and the world will be open to you. It's always good fun to have your Pokemon do battle, don't you think? As they gain experience through battle, you'll learn more moves and grow even stronger. Pokemon sometimes will learn moves when they level up. If you want to change the moves your Pokemon could use in battle, open the satchel, choose the Pokemon you want, and then select change moves. But so few people have their own Pokemon. If only more people knew how to use Pokeballs. At any rate, let me help our two battlers recover from their little exercise. Oh, and to you, my Skyfallen friend, I present you some potions as in thanks. A topical medicine that can be applied to Pokemon for 60 HP. You could use them on your Pokemon whenever they might be worn out from battle. I'll be hoping that you're successful on that trial of yours. More Galaxy team members means more customers for yours truly, after all. If you can battle that well, I have a feeling that you may have your trial well in hand, even if it's more to do with catching than battling. Now, to the Obsidian Fieldlands. Whenever you leave Jubilife Village, you'll have to pick a destination from your map. Let rest the guardsmen know where you're off to. That way, someone could go collect you if things go wrong. Hey, I hope you make it through this. So you can press X to swap between items and, whoops. Between, items and Pokemon. Oh, right. I should probably do that as well. So, we can change the name and the moves of our Rowlet. I'm gonna... Female Rowlet. Okay. Roxanne. Sounds like a good name. Change moves? There we go. Okay, so it just auto-populated the extra moves. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it with Gust and Leafage in that order. Your Honor, correct? I was informed that you'll be passing through. Your trial will take place outside the safety of the village. Please take care to come back alive. Missions and requests. You've been set a trial you must clear to join the Galaxy team. If you want to stay in the village, catch yourself a Bidoof, Starly, a Shinx in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Current objective, depart and through the front gate. Okay. This is our base camp. It's where we'll start and finish our journeys. Now, remember what you've got to do. You've been tasked with catching 3 species of Pokemon, Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. I'm curious to see if the professor's stories about you are really true. Oh, Professor. Something wrong? Oh, well, you see, Captain Silene got a hold of me after you left. She impressed upon me that I bear full responsibility for what happens to our sudden guest. She doesn't let up. How exactly are you supposed to help out here, Professor? To be honest, my dear boy, I don't intend to lift a finger. Honest talents are the real deal. She'll pass with flying colors, you'll see. So in other words, I'm still the one bearing the responsibility here. Not my ideal state of affairs. Let's get this started. You'll be more than equal to this, Anna. This is Aspiration Hill. You may be some sort of prodigy, but just in case, here's what Captain Silene taught me. Hold down uh, the ZL button to focus on a wild Pokemon and keep it in your sights as long as it's nearby. This technique comes in very useful when aiming Pokeballs at a target or when dodging Pokemon's attacks. Bidoof is a mellow Pokemon, which means it doesn't tend to run away when you approach. Aim carefully and let your Pokeball fly, and you ought to be alright. One Bidoof caught. Now we uh now we've got the rest of the text. Now Starly here is the type to run at the drop of a hat. But not to worry. Crouch on the grass and it won't spot you. That's how you can get close. There we go. And that's Starly caught. I admit I'm impressed so far. 'Cause, I forgot to share another smidgen of wisdom. How to throw your partner's Pokeball. To quote Captain Silene's wise teachings, have a mime at the ready, but want to send out Pokemon? Just press X. Have a Pokemon ready, but want to throw an item? Press X. I'm a real expert on these things. Then, once you got a Pokemon ready, try aiming for certain rocks or trees like this one. Your Pokemon will hunt for berries and things, and it'll bring back whatever it finds. Now it's time for your partners to shine. We've reached your final hurdle, catching a Shinx. Also, this thing over here. Yep. An apricorn. Can be used to form the capsules of all manner of Pokeballs. Oranberry, a berry that can be fed to a Poké to store its HP. Medicinal leek, required for crafting medicinal compounds. This vegetable is found growing across the Hisui region. There it is, Shinx. Shinx has an aggressive disposition, but you knew that already. Yeah. I mean, that figures. I mean, I have to focus on a Pokemon carefully to notice a thing like that. Once aggressive Pokemon get wound up, they'll knock away any balls you throw. The more arrows you see pointing up above its head, the easier it will be to catch. An X icon will appear above a Pokemon if it has picked a fight with you. Pokemon displaying this icon cannot be caught unless you engage them in battle first. But not to worry, I'll teach you the trick of catching them. You draw them into battle. Once it's caught up in the heat of battle, you can throw a Pokeball and try to catch it. You've got a few Pokemon of your own to use now, don't you? Take one of their Pokeballs and throw it at a wild Pokemon if you want to battle. Use what you've learned in battle with Volo. Get out there and make your last catch. It's easy to start a battle against a wild Pokemon. Simply throw a Pokeball that contains one of your own Pokemon at it. If you see that you currently have an item ready to throw, not a Pokemon, press X. It'll allow you to toggle between your thrown items and your Pokemon team. Yep, I've already been told that. Shinx is looking around. Not very effective because it's a flying type move. I'm actually gonna use Gust for the second attack, so I know it doesn't kill it. Wait, did you really? You really did just do that. That's three species of Pokemon caught. You really are some kind of prodigy. You must have given Professor Leventon the shock of his life. First you fall from the sky, and then you go and catch all of our escaped Pokemon one after another. Honestly, I didn't believe the professor's story until I saw it in action for myself. And here we are with 3 Pokemon caught. You've completed your trial. Oh, I said you'd pass this trial with flying colors, and it seems you went and just did that. Congratulations, Anna. You've taken your first step towards seeking out every Pokemon. This calls for a commemorative photograph. I've got to admit, it's true. You've got a real talent for this. Now then, we best report to Captain Silene. Time to head back to Jubilife Village, eh? Okay, so we're already like 1 hour into the stream. I'll mention the timeline that I'm trying to work for in a bit. Eventually, you should be able to have Pokemon you've caught go live in the village pastures. Most Pokemon a person could have with them out exploring is 6, apparently. Not that we have anyone who can even manage that. Come now, you two. Oh, it's not dilly-dally. Captain Silene awaits a report at the headquarters. Can't wait to see the captain's reaction. Seems we won't have to leave you to die after all. Congratulations. You passed your trial. You can hold on to that satchel. I must admit you've impressed me. I've set a high hurdle to judge whether a stranger like yourself could be worthy, but you cleared it. This is yours, the official uniform of the Survey Corps. Get changed in the room you used last night. Then you're to report at once to the 3rd floor. Present yourself in uniform to the commander. This is the first official order from your captain. Okay, so over here, we can change our outfit. For some reason, they don't actually give us the hat that all the characters start with. There we go. And then we'll change our hairstyle and color in a bit. I like how they give us the contact lenses, even though it makes absolutely no sense story-wise why we have a contact lenses case. Look at you in the Survey Corps uniform. Now it finally feels like you're one of us. But I do wonder when the captain decided to go ahead and get a uniform ready for you. I see you've changed. Regarding your accommodations, you may continue to use that room that you slept in last night. You may wear this as well. There you go. Now, present yourself to the commander. Yeah, I like having a scarf in video games because there's always just so much really cool physics that they like doing this stuff. I like wiggling around with my character. Ooh, there we go. I've been waiting for you. I'm Kamado, commander of the Galaxy Expedition Team. Hmm, so you are Anna. Yes, sir. Hmm. I've been briefed on your situation, including how you fell from the rift in the sky. Now then, let's see what you're made of. Face me in combat. You got vigor, I'll give you that. You need to work on your sumo technique, but I do see some potential. Don't expect a warm welcome from everyone naturally. Some will be slow to trust an outsider. Who literally fell right out of the blue. The superstitious among us will see your arrival as a portent of disaster. But you passed the trial that was put to you. No matter how odd you may seem, you're part of Jubilite Village now. Dedicate yourself to the work of the Galaxy Expedition Team to complete the Pokedex. But I warn you, Anna, Pokemon are terrifying creatures. Keep your wits about you as you work. First mission complete. So, the commander has accepted you. But understand this. You begin as a no-star recruit among our ranks. In other words, you will have no rank at all. Perform well as a member of the Survey Corps, and you will move up through the ranks. Indeed, you see, the more you add to the Pokedex, the higher your rank will become. And working on the Pokedex will also, of course, bring you close to that goal of yours. To seek out every last Pokemon. Here, you'll need this. A recipe for crafting Pokeballs. And 3,000... I bring this up in, like, every single, like, time that I play a Pokemon game. For the longest time, every single time I see that symbol, now, I go, okay, it's yen, but it's a P, so it's pen. It's like, no, it's Poké-Dollars. 3,000 as well. You'll have to buy the necessary materials. Rai, you're an expert at crafting yourself. Teach the recruit what she needs to know. Yes, ma'am, Captain. Get ready for a lesson in crafting. Crafting means making items from scratch. That's right. Whatever you need in your survey work, you'll most likely make yourself. Some things you could buy at the general store, but it's good to be self-sufficient. That way we could even catch Pokemon with Pokeballs that we've crafted ourselves. I will be right back. Okay. There we go. I put like my control in the most inconvenient spot apparently. This way we could catch Pokeballs with... Right. But listen to me prattle on. Let's go to the craftwork so you can try it yourself. still have a little bit more of the tutorial to do, so we might as well just continue with this until I'm done. I'm done earning a place in our team. Oh, my name is Anth. I'm the local clothier. The professor asked if you were ready for clothes, so you go. I do hope they fit. Everyday kimono and everyday trousers. I hope you'll avail yourself of the village's humble shops. This way to the craft works. Okay, so I am someone who takes role-playing very seriously. Unironically. Like, it's, So I am currently doing stuff. Yeah, I'm doing stuff in the town, and I'm not really planning on, I'm not really planning on going out right now, so I'm going to switch the everyday outfit. I plan to have an outfit for when I go explore and an outfit for I'm walking through town. Oh, it did? The shaman, kimono, and bottoms. Interesting. I always forget if that's a, I always forget if this one's a, like, everyday outfit or a traveling outfit. Hmm. Hmm. Computer's doing something funky. What's up? Weird. OBS, like, shot to, like, 70% CPU, so I had to, like, double check, like, what's going on with that. This here's the craftworks, and that there is the workbench. It's where you craft things. Pretty self-explanatory, right? When you step up to the workbench, it'll supply you materials to make some Pokeballs. Call it a present to celebrate passing your trial. As for the money the captain gave you, feel free to spend it however you like. Any recipes you get should tell you what materials you need to complete them. At the workbench, just choose what you want to make and get crafting. Go on and try it out. Might as well make all 20 Pokeballs that I can do. Incredibly simple. Oh, now that's some fine craftsmanship. Hard to believe that this is your first time stepping up to the workbench. You'll recall, of course, that Pokemon possess the odd power to shrink themselves down. With the Pokeballs we craft, we can make use of that power to catch them. Also, that more Pokemon species can be duly recorded in a Pokedex. And on that note, here you are. You received a Pokedex. A volume for compiling the collected results of much Pokemon research. Professor Leventon continuously adds to it with each report made on new Pokemon species. Tasked with unreported data. So, this is where we're going to start getting into some funky stuff. So, as you can see, our research level for each Pokemon, even the ones we caught, are 0. Because we actually need to get these numbers up a little bit more. So my goal is to max out every single thing in this Pokedex. And as you can tell, we can also separate things out between like every region and then certain areas. As you can see from a little bar up there, we have 5 distinct areas that we can go to, and each one have different characteristics and environments to deal with. That's gonna be fun. The 3 main Pokemon are currently habitat unknown. That's gonna change up eventually. Acidian Fieldlands, not found here. I prepared this volume just for you, and I hope it aids you well in your aim to seek out all the Pokemon here there are in this grand region. I'll take plenty of research tasks to help the professor complete the Pokedex. I've got to get going on those myself. I'll be all too happy to explain more about the research tasks I could with the assistance. Come join me in the Fieldlands camp whenever you're ready, my good Anna. Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear. We're going to the Fieldlands camp. Would you mind taking a request for me? I'm standing guard, so I can't leave my post, but I'll be here at the headquarters if you want to talk about it. People who have something to ask you will have a request icon displayed above them. If you fulfill their request, you will receive a nice reward. Looks like we have 3. We have 3 requests. Okay. So first things first, we gotta talk to this guy. Here at the Craftwork, I sell materials and recipes. Can I help you with something? This is Anvin. We will very infrequently buy materials from him because we can actually like either find or create all the stuff for ourselves. We could also sell some stuff to him if we really want to. So what we would do is we basically gather up a bunch of stuff, we craft them out, and then we sell them back to Anvin, and that's how we make most of our money. What we actually want is crafting recipes. So, we have remedies, honey cakes, auxiliary powers, and auxiliary guards. Don't really need to worry about any of these right now, but we are going to need to get those when we eventually go for 100%. I believe it's you. Welcome, young lady. What can I help you with today? Hairstyling. Splendid. Let's get you inside, shall we? Go on, have yourself a seat. I'll put your things aside for you. Now then, my dear, what sort of look would you like to go for? Like super buzz cut? Nah. I was rocking with the curled hair for a while. In my other save file. Oh, this is eyebrows. Okay. Chestnut's good enough. Curled is also pretty nice, but I kind of want to keep the bandana on for now because, you know, it's part of the... Because it's part of the character. There, all done now. Why, you look simply wonderful. Thank you for coming in today. Take care to not leave anything behind. Oh, now we have 4 quests. Okay, so before we go out and do anything... Oh wait, technically we're still in town. We haven't actually head out yet. So, we have this. Grit Dust. Mysterious dust that can raise the effort levels of one of your Pokemon stats. Be used to raise effort levels only up to level 3, however. Use it on Roxanne. Now we already have 1 effort level on special attack and special defense, which is its IVs. I completely forgot that I stopped listening to that my music actually like stopped playing. So I stopped hearing things and then it just turned off. Great. I think what I want to do is that I want to put some points in the speed right now. The grit dust is going to be like pretty interesting going forward. It's not really going to be that useful overall, but you know. Oh, another parcel. The Pikachu stuff. Um, Dark Slate is kind of what the color of my glasses are, but I also kind of like the idea of ochre-colored glasses. Although the crimson glasses make me think that they look like Purah's glasses from Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna go with ochre. Gonna go with ochre. The amethyst one. Yeah. Let's go with that. I'm done shopping for now. That also means that I do have to kind of change my hair color again, but oh well. I could just sell stuff later. Can't weld that kind of... Oh, it's because, it's considering the headband to be, Shall I go with the outfit? Yep. By the way, I am also going to buy all of the outfits too, just that I would let you know. Okay, so next thing on the docket is that we should probably pick up all of these quests before we head out, so we actually, like, know what we're going to be doing. Hey, so there's this Pokemon called Wurmple. Have you heard of it? Yeah. Well, you see, I was having a chat with Professor Leventon, and he told me that after a Pokemon gains a certain amount of experience through battling and the like, it will sometimes change its appearance and become stronger. Said it was a phenomenon called evolution. So I decided that I want to raise a Wurmple myself, and have it evolve. You're part of the Server Corps, aren't you? If you catch a Wurmple, could you let me have it? There's a reward in it for you, I promise. Just give me a Wurmple if you can. Okay, then there was this woman over here. Ah, you're a newcomer that fell from the sky. Are you heading outside the village? Of course you are. The Survey Corps must have to get out to compile that Pokédex book that they're working on, right? Well, on your way, kindly do me a favor, find out all about Starly. Pokemon certainly are terrifying creatures, and when I see a Starly, I simply feel whole. Not that I have the least desire to actually touch one, mind you, but please let me see a Starly's entry in the Pokédex the moment you've completed it. Show Marley the completed Pokédex entry for Starly. I know Shinx's ears have odd markings on the inside, but what are they? It's no use, I can't remember. This will keep me up all night. Hey, aren't you part of the Survey Corps? If you catch a Shinx, could you show it to me? I've got to see one with my own eyes. Please, I can't remember for the life of me what those ears look like. It's driving me off the wall. Yeah, they look like stars. Well, let's have a peek at those, at these round ears. That's it. The ears have a yellow cross pattern on them, kind of like a star. I can't tell you what a relief this is. Felt like I had a bone stuck in my throat, only the throat's my brain, and the bone's a thought. Thanks for helping me get that bone out. Easiest request in the game. Can Pokemon of the same species really come in different sizes? I know the professor said they do, but I have a hard time believing it unless I see a different sized ones lined up side by side. If there really are Bruizel bigger than mine, I'd love to see them alongside the one I have for comparison's sake. You're a natural when it comes to catching Pokemon, right? I bet you see where I'm going with this. If you catch a Bruizel bigger than mine, would you let me have it? I'd make it worth your while. Okay. So, the way that, and then that's the pasture, okay. Okay, so the way that these, quests work, that these are requests work, is that we have to catch a Wurmple, have to complete the Starly Pokedex, and we have to catch a Bruizel that is as big as we can find it. So that's our current quest right now. We technically have a bigger pressing issue, which is completing the story, but again, my goal is to 100% the game. And when I say that, I don't just mean that I want to, like, catch all the Pokemon and then complete the story. I actively want to, like, do everything that is possible in the game. Righto, let's do it then, shall we? In order to complete this Pokedex of ours, there are great many research tasks I'll need your help to carry out, my girl. The details of these tasks can be found in the Pokedex for you to reference anytime. Sorry, I need to double check something. Research tasks are tasks you need to carry out to complete the Pokedex. Each Pokemon species has a different number and a variety of different tasks. Hmm. Press the down button to open up your Pokedex and then check what kind of research tasks are available for the Pokemon that you've registered. When you've focused on a wild Pokemon in the field using the ZL button, you could also instantly check the research tasks for that species by pressing down to open up your Pokedex right to that page. Some Pokemon have unusual research tasks, so be sure to check them out. Where, where is it? Oh, that's where it is. Okay. No, that's not the one. Ah, there it is. Okay. You must catch and battle diverse Pokemon species and carry out plenty of research tasks. Do so, and you'll gain research points and other rewards for your work. Now, there's one more nugget of wisdom I've got to share, Anna. While Pokemon may attack you at any time. When they do, dodge like your life depends on it. Look, just watch me, would you? Then you'll be able to copy what I do. Okay, here I go. See? That's how you dodge. A timely dodge will keep you from getting hurt by the fierce attacks of wild Pokemon. And that's the key. If you'd rather not end up blacked out in the field, like what happened to me. Why is... Oh. So I was trying to figure out why this thing wasn't properly loading, and then I was like, oh, right. There we go. Nice. Okay. When those Shinx got me with Thunder Shock, it might have been done for if the security corps hadn't come and saved me. But hey, no need to worry. You've got me here to give you tips, and I teach you plenty. Yeah, so it's wide to dodge. Get ready for some Survey Corps wisdom. Focus on a Pokemon, the ZL button, then press down to open the Pokedex. See what attacks you'll have for that. Did you see that your research tab for Bidoof include one about how many you've caught? That's right, catching one just won't do it. You've got to get 2, then 4, and then more and more. And then when it's time for a Pokemon battle, remember the captain's switching wisdom. If you have stuff in, press X if you don't want it. Number of heavy specimens you've caught, number of defeated, number of different forms you've obtained, number you've evolved. Investigated the Bidoof that bothered the village. Oh, whoops. Okay, number defeated, 1. Research tasks aren't simply about catching Pokemon, they'll require you to carry out all sorts of exciting field work. Um, Turn. Okay, so my idea was that I wanted to... Oh, I see what's going on. The, It's locked onto the guy, not the area we could find, Weasels. Okay, so the reason why we actually came back to the village... Commander Kamada's office on the 3rd floor. Keep up the good work, new kid. Okay, we can't actually talk to him yet about that. We have a great deal of survey work ahead of us, my girl. Hope you're ready. Oh, right, I have to talk to... Celine about it. Huh, guess we can't actually turn any of the stuff in yet. Bit weird. Okay. So, our goal... I know I'm laying it on thick, but don't forget to open your Pokédex when you focus on a Pokemon to check the research task for it. Just hold ZL and press down by... Try checking your task for Starly next. One of your tasks is to catch a Starly without being spotted. So you could get that done if you hide in some tall grass to catch them. I'll go wait for you up ahead. Come catch up once you've completed some tasks. Press Y instead of X. Can't believe they did that to me. Okay. Shanks is sleepy. It was caught unawares and too stunned to move. By the way, it's better to have your Pokemon pick up items. It doesn't matter like what item it is, because they gain a tiny little bit of XP when you do that. Uh, oh, different forms obtained. We already got 2. I guess it's because we picked up the, yeah. Times you've seen it use Quick Attack or Bite. Number you've defeated with ground type moves. Hmm. Change moves. It only knows Quick Attack and Thunder Shock. Quick Quick Attack and Gust. I'm gonna have Shinx out for a little bit. Because I want to try to get it a Dark type move. Cut Buizel unawares. Ooh, a crit. Buizel, new Pokemon caught. I'm just gonna use Quick Attack. Okay. Around here, you could find a Pokemon called Buizel. It's got an aggressive disposition. Oh yeah, I've already caught one. Means it'll try to hit you with its moves, just like Shinx, but you'll need the ballot to catch it. Take too much damage within a short amount of time, you'll be in danger of blacking out. You can tell if you're in danger when the edges of the screen turn red. Damage goes away over time, but you won't begin to recover if you're still being targeted by wild Pokemon. Take further damage after the edge of the screen have turned red, you'll be overwhelmed and blacked out. Speaking of which, your research task for Buizel includes seeing it use a certain move. Gotta see the move in battle for it to count towards the task, so battling is extra key here. I'm gonna go on ahead. Come and catch up once you've checked out some of Buizel's tasks. Defeated it with an electric type move and seen it use Aqua Jet. I'm keeping an eye on what it says on the left side, just so I can see if Shinx ever gets that new move. It's paralyzed and unable to move. Let's catch this one. Still haven't seen it use Aqua Jet yet. Oh, an Eevee. Okay, number of caught. I couldn't remember if Eevee were pretty rare in this area, so I had to catch it. There we go. Okay, Eevee, seen it use quick attack times you've given it food. A number of light specimens you've caught. Number that you've caught without being spotted. Number defeated times that you've seen it use poison sting. Okay. And now let's defeat it once. Oh, there he is. More Starly. Uh, just more caught without being seen. Ooh, new move. There we go. There we go. Now it has bite. Shanks. I need to use quick attack one more time and then bite one more time. You're doing pretty well for a mystery stranger from the sky. Here, a little reward for keeping up with me. Your own crafting kit. A kit containing everything you need for crafting, even though there's no workbench around. However, you can only use the materials you have in your satchel. Here's a recipe for potions, too. With a crafting kit, you can craft items anywhere using materials that are in your satchel. As long as you've got an apricorn and a tumblestone, you can make a Pokeball anytime. Or with an oranberry and a medicinal leek, you can whip up a potion. So heal up your Pokemon whenever they need healing. Research going all right? You can see that I can see you've got a task already to turn in on the Pokedex's cover. Once you've got some tasks good and done, go check in with Professor Leventon. See you soon. We'll just quickly grab these tumblestones up here. More shanks. Okay. Let's first use bite. And now is time for one of the coolest mechanics in this game. Strong and agile style. The move's power and effects are reduced, but in return, your next turn becomes more likely to come sooner. And strong style is the power are boosted, but making your next turn more likely to come later. So basically it's go fast or go strong, and it's one of like the coolest mechanics in this whole game. And honestly, like, when I saw that ability, when I saw that that's what you can do in this game, I nodded and went, ah, I see, that's why you can't do multiplayer in this game. Because there was probably a balancing issue at some point. And they figured out that the styles were a little bit too hard to account for when it came to competitive stuff. Oh ho, if it isn't a crafting kit. You must have listened attentively to Rai's teachings. Good work, dear girl. This seems a good time to explain to you about the survey reports and the rewards they offer. When you submit survey reports, you'll receive money. Based on the level and number of Pokemon you caught, you'll receive more money if you have fulfilled certain conditions, such as catching a species for the first time. On that note, let me check the research tasks you've completed thus far. One away from getting a 20 Pokemon bonus. I see. Most illuminating. I'll update our Pokedex with this new data. By carrying out research tasks and submitting survey reports, you'll raise the research levels of each Pokemon species you encounter. If you raise a Pokemon's entry to level 10, that entry will be considered complete, and you will have unlocked all the detailed information you have on that species. As you carry out tasks and complete the Pokedex entries for different species, you'll also gain Pokemon research points, which you can then view on the cover of your Pokedex. Once you've earned enough a certain number of points, you'll be able to move up to the ranks of the Galaxy Expedition team. Starly is now complete, along with Shinx. Nice. I like how it's like, female looks normal, male bald spot. I like how that's how you can tell it's male, it's got a bald spot. I made good progress on this research task, Anna. I do believe that you're ready to move up in the ranks. Let's head back to the village and report the good news to Captain Silene. It's time you've earned yourself a star. We're now at 2 hours into the stream. But before we do that, since we just got back from an expedition, we're actually going to swap out into our more casual outfit. Amethyst and then Shaman bottoms. Nah, I'm gonna keep going with nickel. So they ask you for this again, but I actually need hairstyling again. It's weird that we can't do anything with the Survey Corps headband. I always thought that that was going to be like a hat that you can put on and then take off, you know? Because I gotta go back to curled hair. It looks simply wonderful. Thank you for coming in today. Take care not to leave anything behind. Change clothing. Festival masks. Okay. Headband really wasn't anything to write home about. Oh well. Actually, I wanted to see if we could buy something. What do you have? Oh, there we go. Then more festival masks and more headbands. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna explain later why. No. Not right now. Indigo trousers. Yep. Get our wooden sandals that have the those little like spacers at the bottom. I always forget what specifically they're for. I believe it's for moving around in mud. And then Zori are flat sandals. Done shopping? Yep. I might actually just get some different sandals if I turn in money. Oh, you've completed Starly's entry in your Pokedex. Hurry, let me read it. Wait one moment. Male and female Starly have different appearances? Well, let me see. So the markings on their forehead are different sizes. Incredible, I had no idea. Thank you for letting me read this Pokedex entry. Now that I know more about it, I imagine I might finally bring myself to touch a Starly. Please, if you could find your heart, catch a Starly and bring it to me. There's not a Starly in the world so adorable as Starly, I tell you. Uh... Is there one I feel like parting with? Probably... Probably this one. The smooth curl of its feather on its head, those lovely round eyes. Oh, it's lovely, through and through. I adore it down to the last feather. Hello there, Starly. Did you want to touch it? No. Uh, I think I'm quite satisfied after just looking after all. Besides, it might let loose a move. Who outside the Survey Corps or Security Corps could actually do something so frightful as approach a Pokemon willingly? All the same, I must thank you for showing me this sweet Starly. Some people will see a Pokemon and simply flee on sight, you know. Perhaps being able to read all about Pokemon in that Pokedex might put them more at ease. Ah, 10 balls, thanks. Have you got a Wurmple you could give to me? Uh, oh, this one has really good stats, jeez. This one too. Actually, that one starts with 7? That one starts with 6, jeez. Here's... Here's one that I don't feel bad about parting with. You really brought me one. You must be as good as the rumors say. I like to name this Wurmple right away. Now, I've been told a Wurmple will evolve into a Pokemon known as a Beautifly, so I should give it a name with that in mind. This is a tough decision. Which of these do you like best? Beauticia, Buford, or Bugene? Beauticia, probably. Beauticia. I guess it's decided then. I'll raise Beauticia as a splendiferous beautifly. Wait and see. If I remember correctly, Beauticia becomes a Dusclops. Finally, let's check to see if one of our Buizel over here are big enough. Um, see, height, 2'4", 2'8". Let's go with the one that's 2'8" to see if it's big enough. Thank you. Look at them side by side. It's almost like the big one is the little one's older sibling. Look how the tip of the little one's snout points up when it looks at us. What a precious little thing. And the big one's flotation sac, there's something reassuring about how large it is. Don't you think? Funny how Pokemon of the same species can seem so different depending on which one's bigger. Keeping an eye on the Pokemon's sizes when you're catching them might spice up your excursions. Thank you for the favor. I know you Survey Corps folks work is no joke, so keep at it and I'll be rooting for you. Oh, I guess I ended up actually giving you the Buizel. Whoops. Wait. Uh, nah, I'm gonna wait. Wait, what was that? Oh, it's I saw the investigate. That's what it was. I was like, what? Move all. Move all. Move 16 of them. Okay, where's the pasture? There it is. I wanted to swap out what exactly was on my team. Whoops. Do you have some Pokemon you'd like to leave here? Okay, so first off, multi-select all. I'm gonna grab the Wurmple that has... Wait, no, not this one. The Wurmple with really good stats. Next we have the two Shanks. Which one has better? Bring Eevee over. There you go. Oh, that one just doesn't have good stats. I think what I want is I want to have high attack and high speed. Attack, defense, and speed. Okay, I guess I'll go with this one. Okay. Let me just organize all these guys. Okay. I'll just leave them in that pasture for now. Let's come up with good names for all these characters. Change name. Female Wurmple. Wilma. Name for a Shanks. Female Shanks. Sally. Name for an name for a male Eevee. Evan. Female Buizel. Beatrice. Female Starly. Susan. Okay. That's basically gonna be our team for a bit. I feel pretty good about that. If you don't know, the way that I name my Pokemon is that I look at the first letter of the evolution that I caught them at, I think long and hard, and then I name them whatever the first name correlates with that first letter that I see of theirs. Craft all Pokeballs. Craft all leaks. The Galaxy team is made up of several cores. See, there's security, construction, and agricultural cores, and a few others besides. Oh, okay. I thought that she was able to sell stuff yet. If you have progress to report, I will judge its worthiness. Show me your Pokedex. You made progress. Seems you have earned yourself a star. And with this, you have officially obtained the rank of first star in the Galaxy Expedition team. If you couldn't tell, that is the equivalent of, like, the first badge, effectively. can now use heavy balls. Pokemon up to level 20 will also obey your orders reliably. Rewards you will earn from server reports will also be more generous. This as well. There are further recipes you'll need for crafting. That a stranger like you should fall from the sky and yet flourish among us is a testament of your native talent and hard work. Most people prefer it when things are simple, though enough to be judged on face value alone. And proving your worth by moving up through our ranks is something anyone could understand. Keep at it, and even if you did fall from the sky, people will be more willing to accept you. Working your way through the ranks will also be a help if you wish to make a life for yourself here. A higher rank will grant you access to more types of Pokeballs and greater rewards. For today at least, you've earned yourself a meal at the Wallflower and a good night's rest. So, Anna, I believe a jolly good congratulations is in order. Well done for earning your first star rank. A usual order of potato mochi tastes even better when there's something to celebrate. Hey, by the way, have you taken on that request Beauregard had? Well, most people here don't know much about Pokemon, you've noticed, right? So it's our job as the Survey Corps to take care of any issues that crop up because of that. We're basically Pokemon problem solvers. Indeed so. Some people will ask you for your help when you talk with them, while other requests will be claimed from my blackboard I keep at my lab. Speaking of which, weren't you approached with a request recently, Rai? What's it all about? That one might be better fit for Anna than me. I don't think I'll be able to pull it off unless I get better at Pokemon battling first. Ah yes, then that request came from Mai of the Diamond Clan if I recall correctly. People of the Diamond Clan have lived here in Hisui since before the Galaxy team arrived. If we could establish good relations, I'm sure that there is much we might learn from them, including more about the local Pokemon. But we can discuss all that for tomorrow. For the day, we should eat up and get some rest. Hey Anna, before I go meet Mai about the request, mind showing me how you do in battle? Yeah, of course. Great, I'll be at the training grounds. You can change up your team at the pastures, just so you know. Okay. Oh, and now it's open, okay. So, this thing I was trying to interact with before is a trading post. Here at the trading post, you can exchange merit points for items and trade Pokemon with others. A good reason to stop by. What do you need? So, this is where you get evolution items. So if you're like, well, I need a sunstone for this, or I need a duststone for this, you could even get protectors and electrolyzers over here, and a linking cord. A string extruding a mysterious energy that makes you feel a certain sense of connection. It's loved by certain Pokemon. If you couldn't tell, this is literally so you could give it to a Pokemon, and instead of needing to trade for like Graveler to Golem, you could just use the linking cord. Thanks for taking a minute for me. I know your plate's full right now. I'm gonna be straightforward with you about something. Is everything alright? I don't understand how anyone could handle taking on Pokemon in battle. I know I'm a Survey Corps member, and I've even got my own partner, but I just can't do it. Your partner? That's right. Take a look at my very own partner. This is my Pikachu. During that Shinx attack, I should have had Pikachu fight by my side, but my mind went blank. And really, when you get down to it, Pokemon are terrifying, right? Why should this thing be able to fire electricity? But watching you work completing those research tasks convinced me. I want to do my research core work well. My partner and I have to be a team. And our first step forward to being a real team is to battle your team. Yeah, unfortunately, Rowlet's a little bit too strong for you. Whew. Well, you seem so in sync with your Pokemon. New move and move mastered. Nice. That was amazing. The way you fight alongside your Pokemon, you don't seem one bit scared of battling. Well, we have to catch up as best we can, right, Pikachu? Fair enough. Pikachu's got a bit of a tendency to attack, you see. Why he normally stays in his ball. Because the first step for Pikachu and me might be getting a little friendlier with one another. Oh, by the way, the professor said Pokemon have these things called types, which apparently makes a big difference in how battles go. Pikachu here seems to be an electro type, for example. Both Pokemon and moves have types. The type matchups between a move and its target Pokemon determines how much damage is taken. Moves can be super effective, effective, not very effective, or completely ineffective. Here are some examples of type matchups. Fire, grass, and water have a triangle. So you're the one that the new recruit's talking about. My name's Zizu, captain of the security corps. I see you've got some fight in you. Figured I'd stop by and give what advice I could. Captain Zizu's a master of an ancient martial art where you guide Pokemon in battle. Now listen, if your Pokemon's truly mastered its moves, you can actually use them in different styles. On one hand, you could choose to deliver a move in the strong style. Will deal more damage, but afterwards it'll take longer for your Pokemon to act. On the other hand, you could choose to unleash a move in an agile style. Such a move will have less power of it, but your Pokemon will act more quickly. In truly favorable conditions, it might even get out 2 moves before an opponent can even attack. Strong style moves, agile style moves, and of course, regular moves. Choose which is right for a given situation and direct your Pokemon with a little nudge. Sometimes your Pokemon will naturally master a move and unlock these extra styles simply by leveling up. And they're just giving you the rundown. Oh, and one more thing. If you want to teach your Pokemon some powerful moves, just let me know. Well, that's certainly handy to find out about before we go tackle Mai's quest. You remember? I mentioned it earlier. I'm heading down to see about Mai's request. I'm supposed to meet her down past the foot of Aspiration Hill. You should come along too. Get ready, then meet us down there, would you? And by ready, I mean double checking what Pokemon you'll bring, and maybe even teaching them some new moves from Zizu. Uh, Looks like there's no additional quests to do. Here at the trainer grounds, your Pokemon can learn and master their moves. What do you have for tutoring Roxanne? False Swipe. That might be useful. Ooh, the different fangs. That's neat. Baby doll eyes. So I can get it onto the path of becoming a Sylveon, maybe. Um... Ominous Wind. Interesting. That might be useful to put onto it just so I have a ghost type move to use against Pokemon. Oh, interesting. Okay, so if you have 10 sacks of Grit Dust, you can make Grit Gravel. Having 10 stacks of Grit Gravel will give you a Grit Pebble. 10 Grit Pebbles will give you a Grit Rock. That's effectively what that means. And again, I don't have like any Okay, so what do we actually need for Okay, so we need black tumblestones. And we need Vivachokes. Okay. That's definitely good for today, at least. Yes. I think that's good enough for now. Of course, we are gonna play more of this. We're gonna switch over to a different Pokemon game on. I think Sundays are going to be this casual streaming with playing Pokemon, and then on Monday, the next day on Monday, like I'll upload what I played on that Sunday. So yeah, just Oh, whoops, I forgot. I haven't actually linked that one. So I'm gonna double check to see how far into the other save file I am. Once I get to that part, we are actually gonna switch over to that save file. Uh, which I have my team over there, and I've named them I've named them different things, but effectively it's still going to be like the same story. I just wanted to continue on to that save file, you know? Again, I streamed it like a few times, but I'm mostly just started playing the game on my own. But yeah, uh, I'm going to take a break for a bit, and then when I come back, I'm going to play the second game I wanted to play today, which is not a strange game for the VOD channel, but it is going to basically be a restart of that game. So when we get back, I'm going to start playing it. So I'll be back in a bit.